Good morning, boys and girls. We are on page 29. For the first question we have here, it asks you to find the value of each of the following. Value means to answer to a problem. So that's what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to find the answer to the problem. So the first one I have here, they're asking you to find 1/3 of 12. So here we have 12 pieces, and it's being divided into thirds. So 3 equal pieces. And if you count it, you can see what the answer is, but I want to show you division so that you know how to do it. I mean, not division, multiplication, so you know how to do it when you see this. Remember that the word of means to multiply. So when you see of, you want to make sure that you are multiplying your equation. So I have 1/3 of, needs to multiply, so I'm putting a multiplication sign, times 12. So if it is a whole number, you're going to put a 1 underneath because 12 divided by 1 is equivalent to 12. So they are the same. But marking it or writing it this way will help you align everything and see what it looks like. So what is 1 times 12? 1 times 12 is equal to 12, and 3 times 1 is equal to 3. So 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. And if you notice, they're asking 1/3 of 12. There are 12 pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And a third of that would only be this part right here. And you notice there's only 4. So you could have written it just by looking at the picture. The next one, we have 2/3 of 12. So I set it up 2/3. Remember that of means to multiply. So we put a multiplication sign and 12 over 1. Again, 12 divided by 1 is equal to 12. So 12 and 12 over 1 are exactly the same. 2 times 12 is equal to 24. And 3 times 1 is equal to 3. 24 divided by 3 is going to give you your answer of 8. And if you're looking for 2/3 of 12, that means you have 2 of these, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is the same answer. You get 8. For problem, or the next one, we have 3/3 of 12. So I'm running 3/3 times 12 over 1 because of means to multiply. 12 times 3, and if you need to work it out, you can always multiply on the side. It's equal to 36. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3, so you get 36. And 36 divided by 3 is equal to what? So on the side, I would write 36 divided by 3. 3 goes into 3 one time. Subtract 0, bring down your 6. 3 goes into 6 two times. 6 minus is equal to 0, so 12. 36 divided by 3 is equal to 12. And if you were to count, it says 3/3 of 12. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So both are the same ways you can solve for these equations. Now looking at problem B, they ask you to find out what is 1/4 of 20. So I multiplied 1 times 20 is equal to 20, and 4 times 1 is equal to 4. So 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. And if you were to count this 1/4, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 1/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 would be your answer as well. On this side, you have 3/4 of 20. 3 times 20, or 3 times 2 is equal to 6. Add my 0. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. And 60 divided by 4. So I would find out 4 goes into 6 one time. Subtract. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring down your 0. 4 can go to 25 times. So your answer would be 15. Now I can figure that out because it's asking for 3/4 of 20. So I would be counting 3 of these. So 5, 10, 15. We would also get 15 right here. For this one, it says 2/4 of 20. 2 times 20, or 2 times 2 is 4. Add my 0. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 40 divided by 4 is equal to 10. So that would be my answer. And if I need to figure that out, 2/4 of 20, look here. It's 2 of these, right? So 5, 10, and that's my answer. Now we have 4/4 of 20. So that means all of this counted together. 4 times 2 is 8. Put your 0 at the end. 4 times 1 is 4. 80 divided by 4 is equal to 20. And if you were to count 5, 10, 15, 20, you also get 20. Problem C. I have 1/5 of 35. So what they're asking you to do, notice this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're asking you to count this section right here. Okay, so I can do it two ways. I can divide 35, because 1 times 35 is 35, divided by 5 is equal to 7. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the same thing. Now, what if it's 2/5 of 35? So they're asking you to multiply 35 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 70. I get 70 divided by 5. 70 divided by 5 is equal to 14. And that is the same. If I were to count both of these, I would get 14, because 7 plus 7 is 14. Now, what if I have 3/5 of 35? So you're multiplying 35 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. You get 105 divided by 5. And when you divide that, because you would get 21, because 3/5 of 35, you count 3 sections, which gives you 21. The next one, you have 4/5 of 35. So you would multiply 35 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. You get 140 divided by 5. And when you divide that, you are going to get the answer of 28. And that is the same as looking at 4/5 of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 7 is equal to 28. For this one, I have 5/5 of 35. So I would multiply 5 times 35. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17. I get 175 divided by 5. And we know that 5/5 of 25 would be equal to 35. And that would be the same as multiplying 5 times 7. Well, this one I have 6 times 35. So I'm going to show you right here. 35 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21. You get 210 divided by 5. And when I do that, I would get 7 times 6, because there are 7, and then I'm multiplying an extra row, which is 6. So 7 times 6 is equal to 42. And let's check if that's right. So you have 210 divided by 5. 5 goes into 21 4 times. Subtract. And I get 2. So that's 42. Yep. Okay. So that there are two ways for you guys to solve for it. You can look at the visual and solve for it that way, or you can do the equation, write it out, and solve. Okay, now turning to the next page, we have page 30. There are some word problems they have for you. For number 2, it says find 2/3 of 18, draw a set and shade to show your thinking. So 2/3 of 18, I can multiply 18 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So I have 36 divided by 3, which is going to give me 12. Now 2 of 18 means that I am counting both of these parts right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they are both the same. Number 3. How does knowing 1/5 of 10 help you find 3/5 of 10? Draw a picture to explain your thinking. So I drew one out, but when I multiply 1/5 times 10, I get 10/5, and then I get 2 divided by 1, which is equal to 2. On this side, I get 30/5, which is 30 divided by 5, which is equal to 6. So by dividing, I'm able to find how many pieces there are, and if I know my math facts, I can figure out, oh, so if I have half of this, then I would have the answer to the problem. Now for problem 4, Sarah just turned 18 years old. She spent 4/9 of her life living in Rochester, New York. How many years does Sarah live in Rochester? So they're asking you 4/9 of 18. So I would write 4/9 times 18 over 1. I know that 18 times 4, or 8 times 4 is equal to 32. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is equal to 7. So I have 72 divided by 9. And 72 divided by 9 is equal to 8. So she has been living 8 years in New York City, or New York, Rochester, New York. For number 5, a farmer collected 12 dozen eggs from her chickens. She sold 5-6 of the eggs at the farmer's market and gave the rest to her friends and neighbors. How many dozen eggs did the farmers give away? How many eggs did she give away? So the farmer, and how much did she give away? So first one would be 5-6 of 12, because I got 5-6 from here of 12 dozen eggs. That's how much the farmer was giving away. And then I would take 5-6 and multiply. So 5-6 times 12. 5 times 12 is equal to 60. 6 times 1 is 6. 60 divided by 6 is equal to 10. So she would be giving away 10 eggs. For problem B, she sold each dozen for $4.50. How much did she earn from the eggs she sold? So the 10 comes from right here. I'm going to multiply that number. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Bring down a 0 because you're multiplying your tens place. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 4 is 4. Add everything together. You get 0 plus 0 plus 5 plus 4. Move your decimal over twice. So how much is she going to make? She is going to earn $45. And that is all for today. Please let me know if you have any questions in class.